The end of spring and beginning of summer can be a fantastic time to be outdoors. So join me for a couple of days of late spring road cruising, hiking, and tin flipping in search of reptiles and amphibians in North Georgia. All right, everyone, it's the next day, and it has rained for most of the day, but it's finally the afternoon. Things have cleared up a little bit. The sun is out, and I'm hopeful that that will bring the snakes out. We've just stepped out of the car, and there's already a black racer right there on the ground. So hopefully that's a good sign that snakes are going to be out in force today. All right, first herp on the road today is a mud turtle of some kind. Eastern mud turtle. Look at that. This is not a part of the state we see him very often, really, this far northern part. He's a shy dude, but we can see him pretty good from this angle. It's way wetter than I would like for road cruising today, but it should be good for turtle activity at the very least. So we'll get this guy out of the road and continue on. This guy's actually coming out a little bit when I pick him up. That's not something we see very often with mud turtles. These are typically one of our shyest species around here, most likely to just suck back into their shell and not let you see them at all. And this guy's actually showing us his legs a little bit. Oh, look at that. We got a copperhead that just ate something. I wonder what this guy has consumed. Man, that is a pretty copperhead though. Wow. He's just got like a kind of fat spot there in the middle. Looks like he ate something just a few minutes before I pulled up. What a nice looking snake though. What a ridiculously beautiful snake. It's just so cool seeing these guys during the daytime when their colors really pop and you can appreciate them without having to worry about the frantic nighttime copperhead behavior. You can see he's got a little bit of a bolus. He definitely ate frog or something right before I pulled up. All right, he's going up right here. Looks like he's got it. We can't see him at all in this stuff, but he's in there. Keep moving. Hey. Just trying to make sure you get clear of the road, dude. There you go. All right, he's off. All right, next snake of the day, a few minutes after the copperhead, we have a black racer. Very nice, very handsome snake who is trying to bite himself repeatedly, so we'll just get a quick photo and let him go. Second snake of the day on the road. Oh, thank you. All right, buddy, there you go. No, don't go that way. Go that way. That way. That way. Go on. Why are you being this way? Just leave. All right, he wants to go back across the road, I guess, so we'll let him. You gotta actually go. Go on. Go on. Go on. I'm parked in the middle of the road. He's so unracer-like. Just taking his time. Oh, a racer. Nice. Big racer. Look at that guy. Very, very big and in shed. All right, this piece of tin has been consistently rattlesnakey, so we're going to be very careful as we approach to not step anywhere we shouldn't. I'm guessing if the snake is over here still, or if there's any snakes over here, they'll be under the tin, hopefully. Yep. Is that the same snake? It looks darker. I swear that's a different one again. Maybe it's just going into shed though. Well, it's gonna be difficult to say with any certainty if this is the same snake that we saw under this piece last time or a different one. It's the right size to be the same snake, but it just looks a little bit different to me. It's very dark, but that could mostly be because it's going into shed. And unfortunately, last time we found a snake here, we couldn't see the rattle. This snake is sitting in the exact same spot though, so chances are it's the same snake and it's just changed quite a bit as it started to go into shed. All right, guys, well, it's getting to be that time of day where we start to think about night cruising. It was nice to flip a few things, but mostly cruising today. The weather is much more conducive to road cruising, I think. And we are getting to that time of year where road cruising is really the best way to find snakes when it's super hot. Even though it's not super hot today, it's still warm enough that I feel like cruising is our best bet. But we're gonna hit the road. The main thing I'm trying to cruise tonight is a mole king snake. I think the weather is pretty perfect. Granted that it's early summer and we've had a ton of rain over the last few days. I did find a dry road to cruise tonight that I don't think's had any rain since last night, so it should be pretty ideal cruising conditions, so let's get to it. What is this guy? Slider? It's a slider. Hey, buddy. He was in the road when I first spotted him, but then he crawled off into the grass. All right, dude, I'll trust you know where you're going. The pond's on the other side of the road, but he seems to want to go that way. Well, that's one way to start the night. That's a big corn snake. Holy cow. Look at him next to my tire. Man, what a great looking snake. Oh, he's so handsome. Love that darker gray coloration. Oh my goodness. What a great first snake after dark. I do believe that's our first night cruise corn of the year in Georgia too. It might even actually be the first time we've really tried night cruising this year. The daytime herping has been so good lately that I've found a lot of the things I normally night cruise for during the day, so just hasn't been worth it to spend the gas money to night cruise until now when it's starting to get too hot during the day. But just wow, great looking snake. We'll keep moving and see if we can get a mole king too. All right, y'all, well, it has been a couple hours since the corn snake and we have not seen anything else. I think it might just be a little bit too soggy tonight, so I'm pretty thankful that we at least got one decent snake on the night. But all this rain has kind of put a damper on things the last few days. But like I said earlier, I think this probably will be a very good thing for the next few weeks to come as we start moving into summer. It's much better to go into the summer with an abundance of moisture than a drought-like weather pattern like we've had the last few springs. Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful last day of May 2025, and we're getting ready to try to take full advantage of this cool and wet weather while we have it. It's going to be warming up again a lot next week as we move into June, so I'm going to try to do a little bit of late spring and with the emphasis on late flipping in hopes that snakes will be using cover on this kind of cool and cloudy day, at least relative to the weather we have been having, which has either been raining or hot. We haven't had a nice mixture of the two, which is the best weather to be out this time of year like today. But there is more rain threatening. You can see there's storm clouds building already. It's definitely going to rain today like it has every day for the last 3 weeks. But today is the driest day we've had in a while, and hopefully we'll be able to find a few snakes before it starts raining. So let's get to it. A ringneck in the rain. First snake of the day. Put you over here. There's a shed right there. Is that your shed? Or you can go under there. Nobody other than the ringneck. All right, we'll cover this guy back up. This is getting so out of hand. A ringneck. Ringneck number 2 for the day. I'm not sure if I showed the other one though. Wow, he is freaking out on me. Hey, Copperhead. Finally. Wonder if that's one of our regulars. Deep in shed. Alright, finally a nice snake on the day. We've seen a couple of ringnecks and I lost a racer off the road. And that's been it. I blame that mostly on the fact that it's been raining for most of the day, on and off. Things have finally cleared up now and we can actually get out into the habitat and flip. Alright. He's gonna move out there. Just want to peek under your bottom bit. Nobody down there. Alright. This is gonna be a fun one to navigate without a hook. Alright, he's going out on his own. Or at least to the next layer. Alright, keep going, dude. Or go back under. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Go back under. Go back under. Alright, I think he's probably clear. Keep going. There we go. Alright. Alright, we got a king snake under the sheet in the spring. That's what I really want to see today. Looks like just a skink. She's probably gravid, so... Oh, I was going to try not to scare her, but I bet she'll lay her eggs under there eventually in that little pocket. You can see there's soil on top of the tin here that's accumulated over the years, so it's not scorching hot right there like it would be right here in the middle of the day. Come on! What does a man have to do to find a king snake around here? Everybody knows after the last day of May it's summertime and you can't find them anymore. There we go. Oh my goodness. I think that's a new snake too. Doesn't look familiar and it's gorgeous. But it is going into shed, of course. Why would we ever find a freshly shed king snake? Hey, no hole diving. No hole diving. Wow. That thing is so pretty. All right, let's get you out of there. I know. Poop and bite, poop and bite. Looks like mostly just poop from this guy. Wow, you're handsome though. And a guy for sure, it's a male. What a nice snake. And such a bummer that we've seen 2 kings at this locality this year now and they've both been in shed. Man, it really sucks finding king snakes in shed, especially when they're new snakes I've never seen before in localities that are pretty tough to find them. I might only see 1 or 2 kings at this spot in a year. Hopefully we'll see more than that this year, of course, but that's what I expect. You can see this guy has a bit of like a big eye on one side. Almost looks like he might be developing some kind of infection there. Hopefully it'll clear when he sheds. But a nice looking snake, and I bet it would be an absolute stunner freshly shed. I'm literally getting in my car after flipping this spot and I look behind me and there's a cooter in the road. We're nowhere near water. I guess that's not a super fair statement. There are lots of rivers and creeks in this general vicinity, but we're not immediately near any water, which means this is probably a girl looking for somewhere to nest, so we're gonna make sure she gets across. I know, you're headed this way. I know. Stop scratching me. Stop scratching me. There you go. Be safe. I know you're going this way for a reason, but you're probably gonna have to cross back, so be very, very careful. One of the best things about it raining this much is every random puddle just has frogs in it. This is a little southern leopard frog metamorph who will not stop moving. Probably this year's baby. I imagine this guy's only been a frog for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or 2. Oh, Copperhead. On top of the mound. Very nice. I'd like to get a voucher of this guy before he disappears completely. Well, it's a really terrible look at this guy because he's hot and down in the grass, but that is Copperhead number 2. First one I've ever found at this 10 spot. Let's see if I can get him to come out. There he is. Went back out the other side. Man, there's a broadhead down there. Let's see if we can get him to... I got him. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna put you back. Just wanted to get a photo and show you to the viewership. These things always have the gnarliest things going on. Like, what is this back foot? He's got ticks in his armpit. Dude, I swear every time we catch a broadhead, it's like, wow, this thing is screwed up in one way or another. They've always got so many ticks on them. And this guy has that for a foot. I mean, beyond the weird ball foot, though, he's pretty healthy looking. Good body weight and everything. Very, very handsome lizard as always. Hey, a rat snake. It's another one I don't see too often here. Nice looking. It looks like he's just going into shed. All right, this guy's kind of hanging tight, so I'm probably not going to pick him up. Just going to flip that next layer. I doubt there's anything else under here if he's under here, though, but you never know. We are definitely winding down. We've got a couple more good spots to hit. Oh, another rat snake. First snake under this piece. We can probably leave that guy right there. He's chilling. Very nice. 2 rat snakes at this spot. No king, though. Hello. Get out of there. And that's going to be it for today, unfortunately, guys. Not the full episode banger I was hoping it was going to be, but it was decent. Definitely the best day we've had this week. So I'm going to call it here. Tomorrow I'm going cruising with Hunter. So we're going to be mostly cruising, but then we'll flip at the end of the day too. So I will see you guys in the morning.